You need to hear this. Errol Spence Jr. is back. The return of the all weight, no weight, you're kidding, to fight Tim Tszyu. I got some updates. Hey, stop that cap. Hey, strat season. Yeah, I definitely. Hey, man, stop that cap. I got all that in this video. We got to talk about Errol Spence. It's been a minute, but the kid is back. I got the full updates. Stay tuned to the end of the video. We'll get it in. Pause. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, it's been a long while since we've seen Mr. Strap Season, Errol Spence Jr. in that ring, that square circle, where he's given us some wonderful moments. I was at the Sean Porter fight. I was at his fight with Ocampo. I enjoy these fights. Errol has definitely given my channel a lot of great moments, right? Great footage, great coverage. The highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. We've been there for it all. So Errol is definitely fighting Tim Tszyu July 25th in Australia. And they are doing a press conference today. So you will get to see the size up, the face off, Errol, Tim Tszyu, what they looking like, what they have to say to each other. And make sure you tune in for David Benavidez and Zurdo Ramirez. Great card. You got Munguia on there, Armando Resendez. It's a banger. And I will be on my channel to do the watch party. So make sure you guys hype me up, hype this video up, subscribe, and come back for the actual watch party. If you're a fan of boxing, you're a fan of mine. And come join our community, Ego's Army. I've been doing this for over a decade, hitting y'all with the hottest. Back to Errol Spence Jr. What can I say? It's been a long ride, a tumultuous ride. 3 years out the ring, Errol Spence is back, and he's fighting Tim Tszyu. This is not a pushover fight. Now, one thing I despise in boxing. Now, I'm not a hater. I don't care that more and more people are wanting to talk boxing. I'm a pioneer. I made you want to do that, right? All the channels looked up to me, and I showed people the way, because when I started, there weren't people doing that, right? There are people maybe going to the fight, interviewing the fighters, but I came in and pretty much turned it into a podcast and a daily, showing you what the fighter's weight was like, breaking down the fights, predictions, 7 reasons, Ego Weight Watchers, unpack. We unpack, coming to you live. So I've been doing it. Now more people are doing it. So the more the merrier. Don't have a problem with that. However, the only problem that we do have is that in a sport like boxing, it's already a niche sport, and I want the sport to grow. And unfortunately, boxing is too niche where you don't really have interesting takes in the sport of boxing. You have glorified fanboys, man fans, my word, man fans, who they like particular fighters like Devin Haney, and they'll use their platform, and it's really like a Haney channel, right? You're not going to give Ryan Garcia a fair shake. You're not going to give Gervonta Tank Davis a fair shake. You're not going to give Shakur a fair shake, or Keyshawn. Anybody who opposes Devin Haney, you're against it. You know what I mean? And that is the problem with boxing. And then on top of that, you got disinformation, fake news, misinformation, people lying. Speaking of lying, I told you 2026, this is my year. It is our year on the channel. Y'all told me I was lying when I was making the video saying Errol Spence was coming back. And then I said he's coming back to fight Tim Tszyu. And I was called a liar. Oh, what do you mean? Errol is retired. He's not coming back. You're cold because all the blood is leaving your body, Roach. You're gonna be dead soon. I hope it was worth it. Tell him to release Tyler. Do it! Let her go! You got what you wanted. She served her purpose. What movie is that from? Let me know in the comment section. I know I gave it away. I gave it a little bit too much, but eat it. But back to the Errol Spence Jr. fight. I am looking forward to this. Big fan of Errol Spence Jr. Again, I've said this in a past video. If you are a fan of Boxingego, you're really a fan of Errol Spence Jr. and vice versa, because our paths have crossed and there's a lot of connectivity in terms of like throughout the years, the content I was doing and have doing, fights I covered. And, you know, we came up in the same era of boxing coverage. So a lot of times people who like Boxingego like Errol Spence Jr., vice versa, you know? And the ones that don't are likely Bud buddies. You know, the Bud buddies don't seem to like Errol Spence. They talk bad about him. Listen, Errol has always been a fun fighter. He's always challenged himself. He's always taken hard, tough ask. Like, you look at this fight with Tim Tszyu, right? The man has been on a 3-year layoff. Do you know what a layoff is? That means he hasn't been in the ring for 3 years. He's virtually almost been domesticated. Now, they say fighting is probably like riding a bike, but it's a little bit different when you haven't done it in 3 years. You don't know how you're going to respond to getting hit flush. You got millions of people watching, cameras watching and rolling. You don't know. That could be highly embarrassing. And you got this dude, Mr. No Tune-Ups, aka Errol Spence Jr., who yet again keeps showing you who he is. He's going into the Lion's Den with no tune-up, and he's fighting just like when he fought Kell Brook in Sheffield, England. So basically, realistically, my chocolate right-hand brownie, you know, I was doing pretty good in my fight with Triple G. But actually, right? When he was fighting Kell Brook, he went behind enemy lines, fought him over there in Sheffield, England, and now he's going to fight Tim Tszyu in July in the summer in Australia, where Tim Tszyu definitely has a crowd advantage. Remember when George Kambosos fought against Devin Haney? Those were Kambosos' fans. Those were Australian people, right? Devin Haney didn't bring that many people out. It was Kambosos' backyard, and he had just beaten Teofimo Lopez. So you can imagine Tim Tszyu coming from a fight family, he's going to bring the crowd out. So you're going to have a raging, maddening crowd against Errol Spence.